Traders, welcome back to Iron Isaac within GFX. First of all, Happy New Year to all our traders, and we thank God for this wonderful year 2025. And we are praying that this year it will be a great year for all of us, but we are going to make something out of trading. And to those who joined the community last year, uh, we can now notice that there was a little growth. Maybe we made some little profit here and then, but this year we are going to commit ourselves and try to make trading being our second source of income. So, guys, welcome back again. Being the first week of 2025, I would like us to do a challenge whereby the whole of this year we are going to look at the Euro USD, GBP USD, USD CHF, all these five major currencies, because now I've noticed that the moment we continue trading, the moment we narrow down to the specific currencies that are our favorite, and with that, it will help us to be consistency. It will help us to journal our trades. It will help us to grow even individual level. So let us analyze Euro USD. So we shall analyze Euro USD, GBP USD, USD CHF, USD CAD, and all those major currencies. We are going to analyze them the whole of this year. So guys, so to our new subscribers, thank you for joining. To our old subscribers, thank you for coming back. So let us begin. So in Euro USD, as you know, as usual, that I am a swing trader. I love to look the bigger picture. So being the first week of the year 2025, we are going to check 3 month and see the trend of 3 months. So in the last 3 months, this is the last 3 month candle, and all of us we can see it was a good bearish candle. Okay, so this is a Malabu bearish candle, meaning that the sellers had control, had power. So let us try to analyze together and see where the direction, where Euro USD is heading for the rest of the year. Are we together? So in the 3 month time frame, so let me draw some trend line here. And if you have been following me, by now, right now, you know how I draw my trend line. Some people say that you draw your trend line using at the beginning of the week or at the body. So for to avoid all those commotion and confusion, just change your chart to from being a candle chart to be a trend chart. Are we together? And it will guide you on how to draw this trend line. So let us connect all these highs. And please, guys, do not force it. Do not force it. A good trend line must connect for more than two more than two more than two sides of this the highs and the lows of this line chart. Are we together? So do not force it. If you see yourself you are forcing the trend line, just know you are wrong. Are we together? Let it just flow. Are we together? Let us now draw a channel here. So you can see all of us that we had a what? We had a channel, we had a downward channel. All of us, we can see that, a good one. So we had a downward channel like that, all of us, and this is the 3 month. This is the 3 month. Are we together? This is what I'm calling a channel. We have a upward trend line and lower downward trend line. Together, it make what? It make a channel. And if you can notice that the market was trading in between this channel. It was trading between the channel. If you can notice, it was trading between the channel. Can you see? It was trading between the channel, and at this point, the channel, the chart or the price action broke this channel to the upward. Broke this channel to the upper. This is the first indication that we might go long. We might go long. We might go long. Okay, but I've not saying that we are going long. It's just a sign. We might go upward. It's just a sign. Okay, so let us continue to analyze and see, are we going really upward, or we still continue, or this is a fake out? Are we together? If this is a fake out, be sure we come back to this point. If this is a fake out, we come back to this point. So up to there, we know that now this price action is above. It is above what? It is above this trend line. It has break our channel upward. And the rule of the game is, I've noticed that once the trend line is touched for 3 times, one, for example, this, it has been touched here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It must be broken, because now that trend line become what? That trend line became weak. It became now weak. Are we together? So, and that's why now you can see here we have broken what? We have broken the trend line upward. I hope I'm clear. So that is the 3 month. That is the 3 month. Now let us change our price action to candle chart pattern, and now it is very clear. You can see now it is very clear that we broke it here, and then we came back, and then we broke it here, and then at this point the price action has used this trend line as a support. It has used this trend line as a support, and the current January month, the current month we are in now, we can see that we are seeing now the presence of buyers. We can see the presence of buyers. Are we together? So let us continue to dissect and continue to analyze. And let us ask our question. Let us ask ourselves a very important question. Why did this point, every time the price action reach here, it must be pushed upward? It reach here, pushed upward. This one, it broke here. This one broke. After broke up here, can you see? It broke. Then the current price action, it has retraced back to this zone. Why? Why is that one? So let us follow and see. Let us mark this zone being a very critical zone. This zone, it is our very critical zone. Let us draw that zone, because now it has hold that price action upward. And while the first time the price action tried to block it, it acted as well. It acted as a like that. Yes. So this one, it was like a fake out. So the first time it broke it, it was like a fake out. Let me show you. You see? So this one was like a fake out. Are we together? This was like a fake out, and then the price action claim it back to this zone. Are we together? Back to this zone. So let us ask ourselves, why this zone? Why this zone? Why this zone? You can see currently the price action is at that exactly zone. Are we expecting it to go up or to drop? That is a question. Are we expecting it to go up from here, use this support and this trend line as a support zone to buy up to this zone, or it will break out? That is the zone. And if it will break out downward, where will it go? Where will it go? Ask ourselves, ask yourself, let us ask ourselves that, why did the price stop at this zone? Why did the price stop at this zone? If you go back to the left, you can see it. We had the power of a hidden candle. Can you see? This was a hidden candle here. I'm using Owanda. So this is a hidden candle here. So you can see these two zones, they are very important. They are of significant point. Okay, these two zones, they are of value. So we can draw that zone also. And so that we can mark those critical zone, those two critical zone, like that. We can mark those critical zone like that. Very good. So those areas, they are very important. Those areas, they are very important area to mark. Are we together? So the price action might hold this. These two zone might hold this price action for the rest of this year upward, or if it will break from here, it will come up to here. Be sure of that. Be sure of that. Be sure of that. Now let us continue. Let us continue to draw our resistance. Let us ask ourselves, why did this price, when it went back up to the when the price action reclaimed back, when it broke here as a fake out and it reclaimed back, why did the price action stop to this zone? Why it never continue up to this area? So let us ask ourselves that question, because if you can see very clearly, this zone, it was tested. You see, this zone, it was tested as a resistance zone here, resistance zone here, resistance zone here, resistance zone here, and then it was almost tested as a support zone here. So this zone also is a very critical zone. This zone, let me draw it. This zone is also a very critical zone. So let us draw that zone as now as our resistance zone. So let us draw that zone as now our resistance zone, like that. So you will notice now this will be our resistance zone, and our resistance zone, as you know, as usual, that will be the red line. Are we together? That will be the red line. That will be the red line, like that. So that will be our resistance zone. So you will notice that this zone, it was used as a resistant, and then resistant. Are we together? And if you could extend this rectangle box, you can see it was used here as a support. It was used here as a support. Are we together? And also here, it was like a support. So these two zones, this zone, the resistant one, and these three zone here, it will be of critical value on Euro USD this coming year. It will be of critical value on Euro USD this coming year. So remember, this is 3 months. So let us go to monthly. Let us analyze the monthly and see whether we can collect some information, whether we can see this information. Now you can see clearly in the monthly, the same zone that we drew in the 3 month. Now they are very clear in the monthly. Now you can see they are very clear in the monthly. So in the monthly, you can see, if you can see clearly that the current position, the current price action, it is at the lower this zone. Can you see? It at this point. It is at this point. So our question is, will the seller continue to push the price action downward, or the buyers will have a momentum and push the price upward? That is our main question. And so if they will push the main, if the buyers will have the momentum and put this price upward, it means that the whole of this zone, we are now in the range. That is what I'm trying to mean. We will be now in the range. Are you together? We'll be now in the range. We'll be now in the range. So, and if you know very well that it is very hard to trade when the price action is at the range zone. It is very hard to trade when the price action is at the ranging zone. Why? Because anything can happen. Buyers can take control and do what? Buyers can take control and break the range, or sellers can take control and do what? And break the range to downward. I hope I'm clear up to there. So let us continue to analyze this market monthly. So in the monthly, what do we see? In the monthly, what do you see? I can see, all of us, we can see that we have another trend line here that is forming. We have another trend line there that is forming. All of us, we can see that one. We have another trend line that is forming there, and then we have another trend line, downward trend line that is forming. So forming what? Forming a channel, downward channel like that, forming a downward channel like that. So being this is a minor channel, okay, let me just indicate it as an orange with an orange color. So we have a channel within a channel. Are we together? We have a channel within a channel. What do I mean? This channel, it is a major channel. These two, are we together? These two, they are major channel. Why we do it? Because they hold this price action from 3 months. Are we together? So this channel, they are very important. And then in the monthly, we have another channel. This the upward trend line and the downward trend line. So we have two channels. We have two channels. This one and the monthly channel. Are we together? So, and you can see very well. We can now see very well. We can now see very well that the current price action, it is at this upward trend line of the 3 month. So meaning the rule of the game is, once the trend line is broken upward, the same trend line, when it retested, it will be used as a support. It will be used as a support. And one, you can see very well that this trend line, it is between the support and this trend line. Are we together? The price action is between this support and this trend line. So it means that this area, we have a lot of potential buyers. Are we together? These areas, buyers have power. We are expecting possibility that the buyers will push the price upward, a little bit upward. That is our expectation. The buyers will push the price upward. That is our expectation as per the current price action. Why am I saying so? I'm repeating. It's because the current price action, it sits on the strong support zone. This blue zone, it was a strong support zone, and then it is sitting at the above of this trend line. So it means that this zone, we might see a lot of buyers trying to push the price upward, Are we together? But if sellers have power, and break these two zones, the blue zone and this trend line, break down like that, be sure we are coming to hit this support zone. Be sure we are coming to hit this another support zone. Are you together? Be sure we are coming to hit this support zone, and probably we'll be hitting this trend line, the lower trend line. Are we together? I hope I'm well understood. So the current price action, it sit on the strong support zone. It sit on the strong support zone. So meaning, I will not sell this pair until it break this two zone. Once it break this two zone and returns like that, now I will be selling that zone, that pair. I hope I'm clear. So once it broke those two zone, once it break these two area, let me draw it for you. Let me just explain very well. Once it break like that and it retest now I will sell it to this zone. That is rule number 1. Rule number 2 is, the point I will say this zone, this pair is, if buyers will bring this price action to this zone. Are you together? And I will tell you why. If the buyers will push this price action upward up to this zone, then I'll be willing to sell this price action up to this zone. The reason why I'm saying so is because we sell when the price action is high. We sell when the price action is high, and we buy when the price action is low. We sell high and buy low. Are you together? So let me tell you the special the reason why I will sell that zone. I will sell that pair once the price action is at that zone. The exact reason. This is monthly. This is monthly, and if you can see in monthly time frame, the last month, which was December and November, we had what? It form a fair volume gap there. So all of us, we can see a fair volume gap. So all of us, we can see a fair volume gap there. So all of us, we can see a fair volume gap. And we know the rule of the game is a fair volume gap is like a magnet. It is like a magnet to price action. Are we together? So I'm trying to see that the buyers will try to come tap this fair volume gap and then sell. That is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm anticipating. So I'm thinking that this price action, the buyers will push this price action up to this point, and then you have a massive sell, up to that zone. That is monthly. Remember, this is monthly. Another reason why I'm saying like that is because if you can see clearly, let me show you. If you can see clearly that we have, this is like an M structure. Let me show you. This is like an M structure. We have an M structure here, like that. We have an M structure like that. And you know the rule of the game is once the neck M structure has been broken, once the neck has been broken, the distance between this zone and the next zone, it will be the price action will go that distance downward. Are we together? So let me show you what I'm trying to say. Let me show you what I'm trying to mean. So the neck zone, let me remove that. The neck zone of that M structure is this one. This is our neck zone. That is our neck area. That is our neck zone. This is our neck zone. So if you don't see it clearly, let me show you now. Now that will be our neck zone. Can you see that M structure? This one. So this is our neck structure. This is now an M, and this is our neck zone. This is our neck zone. So if the price action will be pushed back to here, are we together? Claim this neck zone. I'm expecting that the distance between these two an M structure and the distance between the top of the an M structure and the neck, the price action I'm expecting to go like that, to drop to that distance. Are we together? So if the buyers will come and claim this M structure like that, so I'm expecting it will drop. That is my expectation. Are you together? So those are the two reasons why I'm going to sell this zone. I'm going to sell this pair. One, I've told you, it must break this zone. The rule of the game, it must break this zone and then retest, then I will sell. Or the buyers will push this price action upward, then I will sell from this zone. I will sell from this zone downward. Are we together? So let us mark this the distance and see, did the price accomplish that distance? Did the price complete that distance? Did we trade that distance fully? If we did, now there's no reason for us to do what? To focus on that M structure. So let us draw that distance. And you know the rule of the game. My rule is the TP1 is always they are half of that distance. TP1 is always a half of that distance. TP1 is always a half of that distance. TP1 is always a half of this distance. Then TP2 now it will be TP1 is always a guarantee, guys. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm trying to mean. So once the price broke that distance downward, once the price broke this area downward, and then retest it, so the TP1 will be a half of this distance. Then TP2, once the price action retest this the entry zone, we are now going where? To TP2. So let us see. And if you have not understood how I trade this pattern, please go and watch my previous videos, and you shall now understand. You shall now understand clearly. So now you see why am I saying this way? You can see very well that the neck point was broken. The neck point was broken, and then the price went ahead and hit our TP1. The price went ahead and hit our TP1, but it has not hit our TP2. It has not hit our TP2. And let us draw that TP2. Let us draw that TP2. Why am I saying so? The TP2, the chances of price hitting that TP2 is always 70%, but TP1 is always a guarantee. So it's always a guarantee. So that will be your TP2. That will be the TP2. This is monthly, guys. This is monthly. So I'm expecting that the distance will be accomplished. The price action will accomplish this distance. That is my expectation. That is my expectation. I'm expecting that the price action will come up. The sellers will come up to this zone so that we can accomplish this an M structure. Are we together? I hope I'm clear enough. So what is now the rule? The rule is the price always tend to go back to the entry zone. The price always tend to go back to the entry zone before hitting what? Before hitting the TP2. And where is our entry zone? Our entry zone is at the neck region. Our entry zone is at the neck point. Our entry zone is at the neck point. And our neck point has collided with the monthly fair volume gap. The monthly fair volume gap. Can you see? This is the monthly fair volume gap, and our next zone is here. So it has collided, meaning there is a higher chances that once the price action, the buyers will push this price action up to this zone. Once this zone is reclaimed, I am going for sale. I am going for sale and target what? And target this TP2. And target this TP2. That is for sure. I know it will take time, but at the end of it all, we are coming down here. We are coming down here. Let me just say it again. Around 1.01692. We are coming to that zone. Euro USD, we are coming to that zone. We are coming to that zone. So the rule of the game is, this is scenario number one. We must reclaim this fair volume gap. Once the fair volume gap is reclaimed, I will sell for long-term sell up to this zone. I will sell for long-term sell up to that zone. That is scenario number one. Scenario number two is the price action might tend to go direct to this TP2. It might tend to go direct to this TP2. And once it has gone direct to this TP2, now there's nothing we can do. So once it has gone direct to this TP2, what it will do, I will wait for it to reclaim this zone. I will wait for it to reclaim that zone. Once that zone is reclaimed, now I'm going to sell to this zone. That is scenario number two. If you have any question, please comment down below, and I'll be willing to help you. So let us now minimize this zone. Let us minimize all these areas, because now we drew it in there. We drew them in the higher time frame. So we are going to minimize them as we are going to lower time frame. So let us go to weekly time frame. In the weekly time frame, all of us now we can see in the weekly time frame, guys. In the weekly time frame, why am I saying that the higher probability, the higher probability trade is, we shall wait for this price action to be pushed up to this zone, then it drop. Are we together? But now in the weekly time frame, we can see there is a gap here that we never reclaim, and then above it we can see a supply zone here. So meaning, let me show you, meaning that the buyers will tend to go up to this zone, activate this supply zone here, and then we shall sell it. We shall sell it to this zone. We shall sell it to this zone. We shall sell it to that zone. That is what I'm looking for. We shall sell it to that zone. That is what I'm looking for. Are we together? That's what I'm looking for. So let us now minimize and see. Let us now minimize this distance. So this is what I'm looking for. We have a weekly supply zone here. That is a weekly supply zone, which it is still effective. It has not been reclaimed. So that is a weekly supply zone. Let us color it with a red zone. Then also we have a weekly fair volume gap here, a small weekly fair volume gap that has not been retraced. So reclaimed, sorry. So this area is very effective area. Let me just call it, the whole of this area is very effective, is very powerful if you are looking to sell Euro USD. So that is the plan on Euro USD. If you're looking to sell Euro USD, we shall wait for buyers to put this price action up to this zone. Then we shall enter to sell from this zone up to this zone. If you have any question, please comment down below, and I'll be willing to answer you. Or another thing is, we shall wait for this zone to be broken, of which I'm saying the price action has broken that zone, which I'm saying the price action has already broke this zone. Now you can see clearly the price action has already break this zone. So it has already break this zone. Can you see the last week candle? It broke this zone up to here. Now the current week candle, we can see that this week candle, you can see that is a retracement. I remember, if you can remember, in the monthly we said, sorry, we say that this zone, if it is broken, the whole of this blue zone, if it is broken, then retested, we shall enter for it to, for sell up to this zone. We shall enter for sell up to this zone. So once it has been broken like that, then it retested like that. Now we are going to enter for sell up to that zone. Now we are going to enter for sell up to that zone. Are we together, guys? Now those are the two ways I'm looking to do what? I'm looking to trade Euro USD. I'm looking to trade Euro USD. So currently I'm selling this pair. Currently I'm selling this pair. I'm selling this pair. Now entry. Now that one is differ. Entry it differ. Now we are going to daily time frame and see. Are we going to enter now, or are we going to? Is there a possibility that we are going upward, or we shall enter now and sell this pair? And I know we have a possibility that the price action might come and reclaim this zone 1.000. You have a possibility that the price action might reclaim that zone 1.000. You have that possibility that the price action might come and reclaim that zone. So our TP1 will be our guaranteed TP. It will be around 1.01692 and our TP2. So our TP1 will be here, then our TP2 will be here. Now our entry zone is, since now this zone, since the price action is above, remember, since the price action is above this trend line, and we can all see that it has used this trend line to do what? To act as a support. Now I shall wait. Be patient, guys. I shall wait for it to be broken. And now we are going to enter for sale. Be patient. We are going to enter for sale because buyers might use that trend line as a support. Buyers might use this trend line as a support. So we are going to wait for this trend line to be broken downward and then retested. Once it has been retested, we are going to sell from this zone to this zone, to that zone. Are we all together? So if you have any question, remember to write down below and I'll be willing to help you. So let us go to daily time frame. So all these are scenarios. Remember, trading is all about the probability game. So all those are the scenarios. You don't just enter trades without knowing what you are doing. Okay, don't enter that trade without knowing what you're doing. So in the daily time frame, now, this is where now we are going to be serious and look for the entry zone. So we all know now the scenarios. The price action might come up to this zone and then sell it, or we might sell from this zone now here, sell up to this zone. Or if you are risk trader, if you like to risk, are we together? If you are asked to risk, you can sell it from this zone. But I will not advise you to sell from that zone. Why? Because now you are selling from a point of support. So we have to wait. We have just to wait. We don't have any other ways. We have to wait. So let us look. Let us see if you can see. Now let us analyze it in daily time frame, and we can see whether we can come up with a good entry point. So in daily time frame, all of us we can see that we had what? We had a good channel there. We had a good channel. Are we together? We had a good channel like that. So that's why I'm telling you guys, and that's why I'm telling you that this zone is very powerful. Why? You see, there are so many confluences that the price action, once it retests this zone, it was pushed back. Once it retests this zone, it was pushed back. So all of us, we have to wait. This is a game of waiting. We have to wait. We have to wait for this trend line and this trend line to be broken. Then if it is broken, once it retested, now we are going to sell from that zone. We have to wait. We have no other ways. You have to wait. Trading is about waiting. So if you don't wait, you're going to lose a lot of money. If you don't wait, you're going to lose a lot of money. Another thing I can see here, that is scenario number one. Scenario number two, in daily time frame. Now we are becoming serious. In daily time frame, this was the current low. So in daily time frame, this is the current resistance. So in daily time frame, if the price action, if buyers will break this resistance now like that and retest it, are we together? and we retest it. So meaning it will break this resistance. Okay, let me say like this. So Euro USD, be very keen on it. Be very keen on Euro USD because you might lose a lot of money here, because now the price action, it is at the critical point. It is at the critical point. Now, how do we know that the price action will buy up to this point? That is the question. If you want to buy Euro USD, you shall wait for it to clear this supply zone, the daily supply zone, clear it, and then break this at upper trend line like that, then retest it. Once it has retest, all these act as what these all these points are inducement, all these points are inducement. And we can see in the daily time frame, this zone that we drew it in the weekly time frame, you can see that we have what? We have a very significant supply zone here that was never retested. It was never retested. So if you are going to buy this pair, you have to wait for this zone, for this daily supply zone to be cleared out, and this trend line to be cleared out. Once it has been cleared out and retested, now we are going to buy from that zone, now we are going to buy from that zone up to the weekly supply zone, like that, like that. So we are going to buy from that point. So our work is to wait. Our work is to wait. You have to wait. We have no otherwise. We have to wait. Euro USD, we have to wait. Euro USD, we have to wait. I know it may take a lot of time, yes, but we have to wait. We have to wait. Either side can work. So the price action might come up to this point. I've told you how do we buy it. Once it has cleared all this supply zone and break this resistance, this trend line, upward trend, and now we are going to buy. That is scenario number one. Scenario number two is, if you're going to sell this pair, you have to wait. You have to wait where? You have to wait for this trend line to be broken. You have to wait for that trend line to be broken and then retested. Now we are going to enter for that point. So that's what I'm seeing in Euro USD. That's what I'm seeing in Euro USD. Or another scenario is the price action might decide to form what? Might decide to form a ranging zone here. It might decide to form a range zone here. So it may decide to form a range zone here before it break downward or before it break upward. Are we together, guys? So have a blessed week ahead and have a blessed year ahead. If you are a new subscriber, kindly follow my videos so that we can all be profitable forex trader. Have a blessed week ahead. Thank you, guys.